You're live. It says to me that I'm live. How can I be live if you don't say I'm live? No data. You mean no data?
No dirty. Now it's live, but it says normalizing atheism reaction. Sidney Winston, stumps, Kent Hovind.
But I'm not
something.
sending any data for some reason. It doesn't sound right.
So
I'm
seeing it
here
right
it comes.
now.
Here it comes. Here it comes. All right. I think we're getting some action. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Lookout for Number One, Oscar, and with Pio from Pio Channel 2. Pio Chanel 2.
Chanel 2.
Chanel 2, I'm so sorry. Sometime back, last week, I think, I was in a room with Kent Hovind, and I asked him a question, and Lookout for Number One, Oscar, has made a really good response to how Kent Hovind and Brett Keane handled my question. And Oscar is here with us. He's basically going to run the video. And so I'm going to leave everything up to Oscar and to Pio, and I will interject or join in a conversation if asked. So you can go right ahead.
Oh, so my role is just to destroy the video. Okay.
Your role is to be honest. That's it.
Be gentle.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Right, going now. Right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my humble channel, where I review bullshit people like Ken Hovind and other notorious, infamous person such as Darth Dawkins and other fucking assholes, Christian assholes, I mean. And in this occasion, I am reviewing a video that I've been made acquaintance with, which is from Brett Keane. Brett Keane was hosting a gentleman called Ken Hovind, which is, we all know who this fucker is.
The name is Kent Hovind.
And Brett Keane got in touch with Sidney Winston to ask him if he could be in that show and ask Ken Hovind a question, which he did. The thing is, Sidney Winston was allegedly the last question to be asked to this idiot, what you call it, Ken Hovind, right? So let me do some changing. Gone. Let me go to my presentation area. Lastly, let me take this video out of the equation. This one, but that's for later. That's a surprise. Right, so here we are. Right, this is the main conversation area from Brett Keane, and now I'm going to play the video. Brett Keane had a 1 hour plus long video, excuse me, just before Sidney Winston came in. So this is the 10 seconds before Brett Keane presents with Sidney Winston. Okay, so let's go.
Hey, brother, I've been impromptu here for an hour. I got people, visitors here.
Audio.
If you got some other questions, let's take them real quick, but I need to get going here.
Just a point of order here. Just remember what he says here right now, right? That he's got visitors and he's been there throwing out questions impromptu for over an hour. And he's got people waiting. So this idiot has kept somebody waiting just for being at Brett Keane's talk show, right? And that's it. He doesn't give a shit about his guests unless he's making bullshit. But let's carry on.
Well, anybody want to ask him a question? I don't want to hold him back. I know he's a busy man.
Oh yeah, sure.
He's a busy man. He does fuck all for a living. That's an irony.
Well, you said yeah, sure, and now comes the question.
Oh right. I was just
Who's the asshole laughing? But anyway.
waiting to see if my mic was working. It obviously is. So I've been hearing Mr. Hovind talk for an hour and some on things like science and geology and fossilology and all this kind of stuff, and also saying things like God did this and God did that, which is fair enough. But I not once have heard Mr. Hovind make a decent argument that God actually can exist without being caused. That's something that I've always had a problem with. You deny the accepted science, and you accept the eternal nature of this conceptual God, and I find that difficult to come to terms with until I understand how God came to be. I don't know how we have any knowledge or I'd say any knowledge or mastership of anything that we can think of on a theological level, because we can talk theology and science and deny this and deny that all day long, but when it comes to this this eternal God thing, there's never been an argument to support how this God thing came into existence. Because
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the nature of the question. How? Right, remember, emphasis on how did that man-made God came into existence. The how is very, very, very important. That concept, that the type of question, how?
it must have come into existence. It can't, by your own logic, you can't have been around forever, because nothing does not produce something. So
fair question.
Right. Another emphasis here. Kent Hovind is saying that how did your God come into existence is a fair question. This is very, very important, because Brett Keane says later
Stop
it
it.
was a shitty question.
Stop it.
Right. So let's see it. Stop.
I will just say it was a fair question, what he said, but he will never answer it. Never.
Of course not.
I just,
are you
it's
just
a
guessing?
bet,
Are you just
right?
throwing in a wild guess?
No, I'm making a prophecy.
Hold on. Bullshit. I smell bullshit from afar. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Question.
Very fair question.
And I understand. The question, what caused God, or where did God come from?
No, wrong. Then he just put a red herring there. It's not where did he come from. It's how did he come into existence. Not where it's in a location, but how. Okay? Was he put into existence? Not where, did he come around the corner? Did he came 2 million fucking years ago? Did he where? It's not a where. How? That's the dishonesty kicking here.
The question, where did God come from?
Not where. Not where. How?
From have several built-in automatic assumptions. The where.
No, the where.
Yeah,
The how.
yeah.
Where you implying location. And what Sidney is asking is how. What methodology? What method? I'm just methodology. How was he or she or it constructed?
Can you stop it once
Was
again,
he
please?
born from something? Was he created out? Yeah, go on.
So maybe, and I'm just playing devil's advocate or whatever, right? So when Sidney asks how he came to existence, and he's answering where he came from, right? It might be just a figure of speech. I will
No.
not kind of.
No. Sidney, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Go on.
So it's because, of course, English is not my native language or something, right? But if he will say where he comes from nothing, it'll be still where, and maybe he'll explain the way how it took place, right?
Fine.
So
Do you understand the difference between where and how?
yes, of course.
Right.
Where is the location?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
But I don't think that every time you ask, like, oh, there is a disease, where it comes from, it also means how.
No,
Oh,
it could be where did COVID came from? Yeah, it came from Asia.
Okay.
How it came? How it was from a laboratory? But how?
Okay, so so then I will back out of this, because English is not my native. If it's specifically like that, because I'm speaking like 3.5 languages at least, right? And in those languages, the where will also mean how. Okay, or at least not in the English, right? So in 2.5 languages.
No, I understand. But
Okay.
when you in your different main languages, when you're trying to depict how a thing was constructed, how the car was constructed, but not where. However you put it across.
No. It's about the question, where it come from, right? It could mean how also.
Right.
This is what
But
I'm.
no,
This is the only thing what I mean by that.
that's fine. No,
If you mean specifically, like where means geographically parameters, then of course I'm wrong.
correct. No, and I agree with you. So no, I agree. And if he said if Ken Hovind says where, and he explains where as in a industrial place, then fine, right? Because
let's say Kent Hovind would say, I don't know how he would answer, or I mean I could predict.
Well,
how he would
let me
answer.
tell you.
Let's say Kent Hovind would say he comes from the God's continuum.
Well, he will say it in a minute. For fuck's sake, he will say it right now.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
really?
He will say it. He
I
will say it
was
right now
gonna
in less than 30 seconds.
Hold on a second. I was going to say something. The reason that he changed it from how to the where is because the where is how he answers the question. He starts where denotes time or space, and then did denotes time or space. I'm not too sure how he fits it all in there, but he takes the question, no matter what the question is, and he restates it as where did your God come from, and then he's got this script that he's memorized about how to answer the where did God come from. That's how it works.
That's for sure. That's for sure. He's not capable of new thinking. He has just a script, of course.
Absolutely.
No Christian is allowed to have a new thinking, because that goes against what all people have written down, right? So if they write down that the fucking planet is a square, they cannot say it's a circle. Period. Right? It doesn't matter how science has proven it that it's a circle.
It's a squared circle held by pillars. Yeah,
right.
But let's move on.
Okay, thank you, sir. Very kind of you.
Yeah.
Out of fucking nothing, was he what? How? Not where? And you just fucking deviated the line of questioning. Yeah, your deception kicked in.
Involves distance, space.
No, how is not. It's not from here to here. You freaking idiot.
What if God is outside of time, space, and
doesn't matter where he is?
Yeah.
How?
matter.
Stop
where
it. I
everywhere
mean,
at the same
I'm sure you're commenting this exactly how it is. But where? So he's not answering the question.
You'll
And when
see.
he's
You'll see that he,
and when he's saying he comes out outside of space and time and all this stuff, right?
Yes.
It still doesn't answer the question.
never does. Never does. Just listen. Just listen.
Just listen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
time.
I'm not sorry.
Did involves time, past tense. Did. What if
How did it come?
God's outside of time? We're the ones that are stuck in time, space, and matter. God's not stuck in any of those.
Right, but you still.
Oh, he is. He is.
But
Stop
the
it.
God that I worship
Stop it.
claims
No, that's completely bullshit, right?
Trigger Pio.
Yeah. Because at some point, God decided to create the world, right? So there was a time where he was not creating the world. And at some point, he said, I'm so bored. I need some people to suck my dick, right?
Yes.
So I'll create some humans who will be
Tiny
obedient to
humans.
me,
Yeah,
right?
tiny humans.
So-
Yeah.
So there is a time from his non-having the stuff, then he's making a decision, then he's creating stuff. So it's the clearly timeline, right? So he's not outside of it. He's acting exactly in that timeline.
Kent Hovind, you bastard.
but what Sidney is saying is before all that bullshit creation. How the fuck did it came about? Right?
That was my
Yeah.
original question. Simple,
Indeed.
simple question.
No, it's not a fucking simple question. It's a killer question. What are you talking about? Yeah,
Oh.
you bury that motherfucker.
Thank you.
he's eternal. He is just I am in the beginning.
You claim to be eternal. You're using the book, the man-made book, to justify his existence. That's a fallacy. That's called circular argument. Okay, you're either dishonest or what's the other one? I had it written down. Or willfully ignorant. I don't think you are ignorant.
Yeah, you should
right? You are just
give
pure.
you should give it an example here, right?
Yeah.
Like is Jesus holy? Yes. Because what the book says, yeah. Oh no, I just misinterpreted it. I will give me a time and I will go to this thing. Because the thing is, Jesus says the Bible is holy, and why do you know it? Because the Bible says it, that Jesus says it, and stuff like that. You should came like with an example. I'm not capable of doing it right now
We never got
because
to.
of reason.
We never
right?
got to Jesus yet. I just asked him, how did your God come into existence? Now he hasn't explained his God yet because it's very complicated. But I just want to know how it came into existence from
Exactly.
pre-existence or whatever. It's got to be. There's got to be an answer because these guys like Kent Hovind, they preach that something cannot come from nothing. Okay, and if God is something, and something cannot come from nothing, then where did this God come from? Because it must have come from something. Because it is something.
And if
must
he
come
was
from
eternal,
something.
that would mean that he's special pleading.
And and it will also mean that nothing never existed.
Exactly. That means that, and when I mentioned to him that the non-existence it's kind of just a concept, but the fact is that existence in the form of, say, energy, gravity, has been around eternally. There's never was a time when there wasn't any of those. It just is, it's just the physics and the quantum physics makes it impossible for there to be no existence at all. So it is 100% eternal. And he said to me that when I made that claim about the existence is eternal, he said, "Oh, that's just a claim and an assertion." but his God
Right.
is there eternally, which is just a claim and an
that's the
assertion.
funny stuff. Like if you go with existence and you will argue that there is not such because there is not such thing as nothingness, right? Couldn't be proved until now, right? So you can just by
Inference.
watching inferencing it or whatever, right? You can see that our universe
Inferring it.
coming to existence was inevitable, right? It's just a product of their existence. And the funny stuff
It's a product
is
of
that you
nature.
and that you don't need a god to produce a universe. That's the point.
Correct.
There is no agent needed for it.
Nice. Well put.
Yeah,
May I, gentlemen?
of course.
Thank you. Dishonest.
Beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. God actually
That's a claim that it was written in a book. It doesn't make it so.
created time, space, matter in those 10 words.
Right.
I've been stuck in time and space and matter all my life.
It doesn't matter. We don't give a shit about where you've been. It's how were you generated, not where or when.
He's right about one thing. He's stalked.
Okay. How? Your parents had sex, not where did they have sex. You fucktard.
It's
Right,
hard for me to visualize anything. Let me
Oh,
answer your question.
you're not answering the question. You've been dishonest. That's why Sidney is interrupting you, right? And it's got grounds to interrupt because you are a deceiver by default, right? You have been bred or you have grown to be deceptive, right? And you try to wiggle your way out of a fucking hard question that you cannot answer.
I didn't interrupt you.
Sorry.
If two computers were arguing with each
Two computers arguing. What the fuck you just said? Two
Exactly.
computers arguing. Are you for fucking real?
other, does man exist? And where did man come from?
Yeah, you can pause
Where
it. You
man
can pause
come
it
from.
because this is like the usual bullshit question, or
Yeah.
it's from the script, right?
Yes.
How could the two computers arguing with each other find out if there are humans? Wait a moment. What are computers? Computers are created by humans, and they know everything about the data which are we putting into them. And if you put into them, you are created by humans, then there will be no problem for a computer to say, yeah, we are created by humans. There'll be no, there's no problem. So it's just depending on amount of knowledge you gave them. And his argument is they will never come to this conclusion, right? So there will be never an AI. There will be never a thinking computer. They're just coffee machines. Of course they are. They are just simpler or complicated coffee machines. Nothing else, right?
He's just being dishonest. That's it. It's just
Yeah. He's making this argument for people who cannot think about this argument. So all the God believers at Hovind's farm, Dino Park, whatever it calls, will just applaud. Yeah, this guy is right. I understand it. Okay.
What's that got to do where God, how God was came into existence, right? That's a pure red herring. That's got nothing to do with what Sidney asked.
The two computers are probably never going to come to an answer to either one of those questions.
The computer is a man-made thing, right? And built for a specific purpose. right? You're not gonna go to a fucking computer. That's your fucking ignorance talking, right? And say, "Excuse me, computer, what do you think about mankind?" Really? Yep.
They're not capable of thinking outside their little box.
That's fine. You're not capable of thinking out of a couple minutes. So
what?
Your fucking silly box as well.
So we, as humans,
Yeah, Roger, we'll do that. No problem.
come from.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Okay,
trying
bye.
desperately to put human limitations on God.
No, your limitation is preventing you to be honest. That's your problem. Right. One thing, just interjection here. I just received a phone call for the food delivery. So whenever it comes, I leave it running uninterrupted. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we heard you. We heard
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you
Someone
have
else.
you got big ears. That's the problem.
Yeah, your mute button broke.
God, how do your God came into existence? And you think he's not talking about your God? Of course, he's fucking talking about your God.
The God that
I'm
I
just
worship
thinking
is
of
not
the
limited by
creator
time,
God.
space, or matter.
I'm thinking of the creator God.
Yeah,
That
the creator God.
that has somehow appeared from nothing.
Right, Brett. I'd ask that when I talk, you mute his mic. Okay, I don't want to interrupt him. He doesn't interrupt me, okay.
Yes,
I'll
Sidney, you
mute
got to
my
mute.
mic,
You
thank
got to
you.
mute
Right.
your mic.
Stop it.
Go ahead.
So to be fair, Kant Hovind spoke like for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And Sidney just corrected him. I didn't ask you this question. I asked you this question. And he, how you dare to interrupt me? It's just a tactic. Oh, I don't know how to answer it.
We should start calling him Adolf Hovind. Or Kent Hitler. Kent Hitler. There you go. It's even wrong.
I mean, the haircut is
Right.
nearly.
In my opinion,
yeah.
That's the killer answer. The God I worship, doesn't matter if you worship or not, that's irrelevant. It's not caused by anything. That is a claim. Right? It's not caused by anything. Prove that, bitch. Prove it. And you can't. Because you're dishonest. Right?
He just is.
It just is.
Just is. There you go.
You are a bullshitter because you just are
You
a
just
bullshitter.
is.
Right? By that analogy.
That's the sum.
That.
If you do not understand, the honest answer is, I don't know how God came into existence. What is the problem with that? What is the problem about being honest? But you cannot be honest. Right? You are a freaking criminal. You serve 10 years in prison for tax evasion. The geezers here, I'm living it full run. Yeah, 30 days out of 1 year in jail as well for body slamming your wife or ex-wife. Okay, and let's talk about a little bit about that because I'm going to put her into the witness thingy, right? So this is you, asshole. You go into the kitchen where your wife is with a camera or with some sort of recorder, right? And you come in and make some sort of argument, okay? As far as I'm aware, you, as far as you have been told us, you have got martial art training. I don't care what discipline you got, right? What field of the martial arts, right? But one thing your sensei will say to you at the very beginning is what you want to use the martial arts for, right? It's a discipline of the body, but mainly for defense, never for attack. Attack will be the last result, right? If you fear yourself, if you are in danger, whatever, you use it for defense, right? But the best way is to go away, right? Never use your skills, right? Especially fighting skills, to cause harm to somebody that is weaker than you. That's you being a fucking coward, right? And then you got a camera or a sort of a recording device to trigger a ill will response from your ex-wife, that's cheesy, that's lame, that's a scumbag in action, right? And you intimidate her, right, bullying or whatever, right, and you get your goal. You body slam her by doing some sort of a martial arts move, right, and her back hits first, not the legs, the back. Can you imagine the amount of force? You're a big fucking ass, grown ass man, right, strong enough than that lady, and you still got the fucking audacity, the you know what I mean, to slam a lady. Oh, by the way, and you were fucking prosecuted. Right, you were prosecuted, obviously, because you had to pay your medical fine. You were actually I saw the conviction. Okay, so you're a fucking criminal. But let's carry on. I just got carry away. So my apologies.
But that's what he claims. I've chosen to believe that.
That's what he claims. No, wrong. That's what the people who wrote the Bible claim, which is technically hearsay. It's like Frodo in the Lord of the Ring saying how big the ring is. And J.R. Tolkien is writing that. Okay? The writer is the one making the claim of the character in the book. Right? You are wrong in all aspects. You're interpreting the character on the Bible.
By faith. And you said,
well, by faith, yeah. That means by ignorance. Because there's no good reason. But you're not using reason, basically. Right? You're just being dishonest.
that I deny accepted science. That is absolutely not true. I love science. There's nothing scientific about evolution.
Oh, that's another red herring there.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't talk about evolution.
Has nothing to do with it.
You
at
want
all.
to shy away from how did your God came into existence. Remember, that's the question at hand, right? A lawyer will say, excuse me, objection. Objection, Your Honor. Not relevant, right? So the judge will say, hey, scumbag, Mr. Ken Hovind, criminal. Yeah, answer the question. How did your God came into existence? How did it come? Right? Tell us. No, you can't. But you have to talk about evolution, right? Okay, talk about evolution.
That's why his name, Kent Hovind.
Any animal or plant in the history of the world, nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow or a cow come from.
Guess what, Kent? All of us agree, you freaking idiot. Okay? Nobody. You tell me, scumbag, one scientist that has claimed that one cow has ever produced a non-cow. Tell us what scientist.
Exactly.
A creationist fucker, scientist. But tell me the normal scientist, the one that don't believe in fucking God, because the other ones are fucking the Christians scientists are dishonest but built in, right? So you tell me, Mr. Criminal, only one scientist that has ever claimed that one animal, cow in this case, because you like cows, one cow has produced a non-cow. I'm using your sort of like same terminology. If you cannot produce this is a fucking challenge to your silly fucking stupid argument. You need to produce one scientist that has said that. Okay? If you cannot
Very good point.
You are willfully ignorant or intellectually dishonest.
No, he's
One of
just
the
playing
two,
for the
or
audience.
both.
That's the thing.
You are willfully ignorant or intellectually dishonest. Hey. But having said that, your man-made God has made a human from fucking dirt, aka Adam. And that is for you, scientifically enough,
Stop it.
for your dishonesty to kick in. Right? Let's carry on. Dishonest
Oh.
shit.
Look out.
Of course you fucking imagine.
On paper drawing
So,
cows and strawberries coming from
Since when's dirt produced
not science.
non-dirt?
No, of course, according to you, it's not. We call it evolution, biological evolution. Okay, but that's too complicated for you. You think about between one animal to another one. Yeah. not what happened millions of years ago in evolution. Right, you want to say something? Right, finish.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
I just went by with your, because you make some good points, right?
No,
None of you did, but Kant Hovind's argument was like cow, non-cow, blah blah blah,
yeah,
producing
correct.
as cow.
Yeah.
So in the Bible, and this is what you said, in the Bible it's claimed that from dirt there were humans. But I
And
will
he
say,
loves that word. He loves it. Yeah.
yeah, but
From the dirt. You think we made out of dirt?
Hey, I got a quick
no,
hold on a second.
you
Hold on a
didn't let
second.
me finish.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
I'll go
second.
to the fridge. Do your
Okay.
point.
Something just struck me. You know how Kent Hovind has said, atheists believe that humans came from rocks. You know how
Right.
they've said that? Well, when you crush a rock, it becomes dust. It becomes dirt. So according to their Bible, we did come from rocks, because if we come from dirt, that's what rocks really are. They're just compacted dirt. That was my point.
Pio, you can carry on. Before you were rudely interrupted by Sidney. See, now Sidney. You just upset Pio.
Yeah, that's why he went to get some alcohol.
Okay.
Which is the reason that he gets upset in the first place. But let's work with him.
Yes.
Let's work with him on this.
Be gentle.
Be gentle with him. Yes, he's having
He's a gentle soul.
Yes, he is. Except for when he's a raging fury of fire. So, can rocks become dirt? Or dust, or whatever the fuck Adam was made out of. That's my question for the
and his God
for the
made
Christian
Adam out of those dirt.
out of dirt. Yes. Now, what is in a rock that's not in dirt? It's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
He's just a ball of contradiction. That's
No. From a science level, I don't know. So I'm asking the question. Dirt that made Adam, and the rocks that Kent Hovind said that atheists believe we came from. Isn't that contradictory?
Of course it is.
Oh, we should have a discussion about that.
He's saying that his God made us from dirt.
Yeah.
And he says that our scientist says that evolution, we came from a fucking rock.
We should do some research and find every single Christian who says that atheists believe that we came from rocks and blah blah blah, and find every single one of them and make a huge compilation, and then point out to them, yes, we did come from rocks because your Bible says so.
Yeah, we literally do
don't
come
go into
from
that,
rock.
because he can say, "Oh well, you see, then my Bible proves me right."
Fine, yeah. Then the Bible proves him right. If Adam came from dirt, then we can also say that the atheists are proven correct, because you've been telling us that we believe we came from rocks and we're stupid forever, and now you agree that we came from rocks. So whether I agree with the Bible or not, they have to agree that atheists have been right all along, because we did come from rocks. So on the one hand, yeah.
Are you finished?
I just no, one more sentence. So on the one hand,
okay.
On the one hand, they say that atheists are stupid because they believe that we come from rocks, that humans come from rocks. But on the other hand, they say that Christianity is absolutely flawless, because the Bible says that God made man from the dust of the earth, which is broken up rocks.
Yeah, but there's two levels here of understanding. One is for Ken Hovind is a single step, single jump. yeah, from dirt to human or to Adam, and we are saying put fucking 4.x million fucking years or 3 point whatever fucking million years. That's our step.
Okay, Pio,
That's
Pio,
what this.
Pio, go ahead.
Yeah, you are both wrong. Cat Hovind is right. Have you ever seen gods creating non-gods? Have you ever seen dirt producing non-dirt? Just go with the logic, right?
Gods
So-
producing non-gods. Oof.
That's not working.
Oh, I like that one.
Only gods can only produce gods, and dirt can only produce dirt. And here we go, and show me one, and show me a farmer, who can show you that God is not producing gods.
Well, yeah, fair enough. But dirt does not reproduce. Gods may or may not, depending.
I will claim it elsewhere. Like, so, if I'm collecting dirt in my place, it's producing more dirt.
Well, maybe it's because
he's probably going to say something stupid. Say, "Oh no, but this dirt has got camel toe, and the other step has got fucking prick." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you interact both of them, you're going to have a little dust.
Right. Let's.
Yeah, but how can gods produce non-gods? Every farmer would tell you that. It's not.
Well,
true.
God produced Kent Hovind, and he's a non-god.
Yeah, but that's a special breed. Yeah, a special breed of bullshitters.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You might think it's accepted science. Well, it's stupidity.
yeah, but present your paper. Yeah, present your paper. Okay, present your paper. Yeah, disproving the scientific terms of evolution, asshole.
Accepted stupidity, in my humble, totally unbiased opinion.
Humble, unbiased opinion, aka dishonesty.
And I'll debate you and every evolutionist you can find on that topic if I get half the time, one topic at a time, and no interrupting. Okay?
No preconditions at all.
No. You prove the contrary. Scientists love to contradict if it can. You become more famous if you can prove the contrary. Excuse me. But you don't go and say, "Oh, because the fucking Bible said so." Right? You can't. You should not do that. That's dishonesty.
There is no evidence whatsoever that any animal or plant has ever produced anything other than its kind.
We agree. Idiot.
20 times in the first 7 chapters, the Bible says they will bring forth after their kind. There are no exceptions to that. Every farmer in the history of the world will tell you cows produce cows and only cows.
And gods produce gods.
No, that doesn't work like that. Yeah, it's called bulls. But hey, you think that two female cows will
and it's true. Stop it. And even the claim gods produce gods is true because gods are man-made. That's why we are producing gods, because it's the same thing, right? We are created in the image of God, and we are creating gods. Here we go. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
They're designed to do what they do. So I do not deny accepted science. I deny the evolution theory because it's not part of science. It's a religion.
Oh, he's not.
You said that many fucking million times. Okay? But what
question
he had, it was not that.
He didn't say it many times. In fact, he says he believes in evolution. Because if you listen to his videos, there is an evolution of stars. He has like 6 different.
Yeah, he just doesn't believe in human evolution.
Yes. So he believes in all the other stuff. He just don't believe in the human evolution.
He loves science. He loves science, but evolution is not part of science. It's a religion.
But he believes still in the evolution of stars, right? And if you go like by dictionary, what evolution is, it just describes the evolution of beings. But of course, also scientists, cosmologists, whatever, they use the term when something changed from this thing to another state. Right, but if you go strictly with that, it only describes how it's possible that from eukaryotes there are so many different beings on the planet. This is the evolution. But on the other side,
it's biological evolution, because evolution is anything that changes over time. Anything. Yeah, a breach changes. It's changing over time. He's equating biological evolution with evolution. He says evolution is a religion. No, it's not.
No. Yeah. What I'm saying, he is also, if you look any other videos of him when he's explaining the stuff, he will claim there is evolution of stars. There is evolution of chemistry, whatever. And he will bring you like 6 different definitions. He just doesn't believe in the one, in the human evolution.
Yeah, biological evolution.
Yeah, biological. Okay, let's move on.
Is how do you God came into existence? Are you talking about natural evolution or biological evolution? Well done. Well done. Mega Dodger.
You believe cows and strawberries are real.
Again, how did your God came into existence? How?
You don't know that. You believe that.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't know shit. You believe as well. You
no,
just claimed that.
I just said, thank you, look out for whatever, right? That you are still saying this was the question. It's
Why do you think I put it in big? I knew it was gonna be a big deal with this arsehole. So that's why I left it in the screen on purpose.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Carry on. Yeah, a minute ago, the God I worship is not caused by anything. That he just is. I do not understand that, but that's what he claims. You're on the same fucking boat.
The eternal God that I worship is completely outside of time, space, matter.
That's a claim. Prove it. You're saying it as if it was true.
The God I believe in.
On God. You got the wrong God in your mind.
I'm trying to find out how.
Sidney.
No. He said, go on. Brett Keane, shut the fuck up. Literally, shut the fuck up. He said, go on. So, Ken Hovind said, go on. That means he's inviting Mr. Sidney Winston to reply.
Kent doesn't have a whole lot of time.
No. That's irrelevant.
What do you mean? He had not a lot of time. He's talking like since 10 minutes. The guy is talking like for 10 minutes now.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So how he can say that he has no time?
It gets worse. It gets worse. Trust me, it gets worse. It gets worse. But he has not said that. The criminal, what he has said is go on. And he's actually waiting for Sidney to say something so he can carry on writing. So, Brett Keane, you've been dishonest to your guest, or to the person asking the question, which is Sidney Winston. You've been dishonest.
And I want to give other people a chance.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean other chance? Yeah, he wanted to go, and you said that he wants to give another person a chance. So why not wait for Sidney to give the counter reply?
I will provide you I'll provide you a couple videos that Kent has done. He actually did it.
No, you just need to respond to what Ken said.
It's not the videos. You guys have been talking for an hour about things that you know nothing about. I'd like to talk about God, which you're supposed to know everything about.
Be more than happy.
If you know everything about God, you know how God came.
You're not the special guest.
What do you mean special guest? He's an idiot. What do you mean a special guest? Right? Now you're making the sign to cut, right? Which is okay. Hold on. Let me finish here.
Sidney.
Right. It's cutting the conversation. That means, in my opinion, that if Kent cuts it out for Sidney Winston only, Ken Hovind is a piece of shit. But if he cuts it out because he has to go, okay, I might understand that, right? So let's see what happens. Oh, by the way, I'm 6 minutes in and the video finished at 11 minutes. So you can imagine, right? So only 6 minutes has transpired.
I'll be more than happy to talk to you about things.
No, Brett, he does not want to talk to you, right? You are irrelevant. Why you say, I'm happy to talk to you, right? He's talking to Ken Hovind, the criminal, not Brett Keane, the guy running the show.
But Kent is getting ready to take off.
Ready to take off. That's the second time you said that. Ready to take off. Let's see if it's true. Let's see if you hold to that belief.
Got things he's got to do.
Nice to meet you.
But I want to give other people an opportunity before
No.
we go.
No. You just said that he has to go. If he has not, if he's not going, then Brett, you don't have a case. You fucking mumble a lot. He could ask the question to Ken Hovind and clarify his concern. But you are shutting Sidney up, right? You wasted time where he could have come across, and probably even Kent would have replied. That's how a scumbag you are as well.
If he's got a little bit of time, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it as long as you like.
He doesn't need to talk to you, right? What, are you talking on Kent's behalf as well? Are you that fucking retard? Who are you to talk on behalf of Kent? Who are you? Are you the criminal preacher? Are you acting on his behalf?
Brett, have this guy called Donnie, standing for truth. Donnie's a good moderator. He shuts off their mic when it's my turn.
Hey, you never ever answer correctly the initial question on how did your God came into existence, right? If he asks you that question and you're talking about evolution, you're not answering the fucking question. You've been dishonest, right? It's not about moderation. It's about honesty and transparency answering a question. That's the problem here, okay?
To talk. Already this fellow's interrupted 20 times in the
20 times. That's a lie as well.
last 6 minutes. I don't want to do that. I'll be
All right.
around
Fair enough.
Mr. Hovind.
If you answer the question honestly, either if you know provide the information, or simply you know what, Sidney could have moved on if you would have said, I ain't got a fucking clue how this idiot God came about. I've got no fucking clue. That would have been an honest fucking question. But no, you have said where, here, distance, whatever fucking bullshit you said, right? You twisted the argument, right? And it became convoluted. Totally a fucking unnecessary, the way you answer. Totally unnecessary. And then this idiot Brett Keane says, oh no, he has to go. But no, he has to go, no, but let's bring somebody else.
All right. So, Sidney, you need to slow it down on that. Okay. So, does anybody got any other questions?
Really? The geezer saying cut, because probably has to go, and you're asking somebody else for another question. Let's see what other person, what question they will ask.
Kent, or shall we let him go?
I do. I asked.
Right. He's asking again. So he said, okay, I do. Right? Remember, or not remember, put attention on Ken. He's not refusing. He's not saying, no. Mr. Keane has said that that it was another person or something like that. Remember, Kent is not disagreeing with this. He's not jumping up or anything like that.
Mr. Kent about God, and his answer had nothing to do with God. It was all about how
All right.
Right. Why do you cut him off? He's right. You cut him off when Sidney Winston was saying he changed the subject by talking about evolution, and you kicked in. Yeah, you white knighted Ken Hovind. Yeah. Wait.
So we already went through this. I said I was giving other people an opportunity.
No, you did not say another people. Is it another question?
Kent, if nobody else has got any questions, God bless you and thank you for coming up. And I apologize for the aggravation towards the end of it.
What aggravation? What aggravation? You are causing the problem by not letting Sidney Winston ask a follow-up question, or you not fucking interrupting in the first place and let Sidney Winston ask a question. What happened about 2 minutes ago, right? It could have been done and dusted.
But I don't know why.
Have him contact Donnie and schedule a debate, and Donnie...
It's not a debate, you freaking idiot. He was asking you a question. He was not asking a debate.
And stop it.
Remember,
once again,
Mr.
please.
Scumbag criminal. Ken Hovind.
It sounds funny, like Sidney asked him a question. He was not able to answer it. And now he's saying, oh, let's schedule a debate about that. Why?
Exactly.
Why, indeed?
Why should we schedule another time? Blah, blah, blah. It just shows... it's just like the plaything. Oh, I'm open to answer all your questions, but I will do it next time, right?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He wasn't going to do it next time. He was going to get me to go talk to somebody else about answering my question. No, not even answering my question, about scheduling some debate for whatever. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I think he was just thrown off his script because no one's ever asked him that particular question. And he's prepared the answer to where did God come from. That's his prepared script answer, and I never asked him that.
No, and remember, we have to put mega emphasis on something. He started by stating that is a...
What happened?
Yeah, you broke up. Look out.
Lookout's gone. No, he's not gone. His audio's gone.
Yeah, his audio's gone.
Go put some more shillings in the electricity meter.
Yeah. So nevertheless, right?
Yeah.
The fact is, they are acting like they answered your question, and they are doing like, oh, we'll do it. We are so nice to you.
Well, you heard what Brett said. When I said I didn't ask you about evolution, or I said how did your God come into existence? And Brett interrupted by saying, oh, okay, well, we've already been through that, which is a bullshit, which is a lie.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those guys are put off the script. They are not prepared for those questions.
Mm-hmm. That just shows what fakes and frauds these people are.
And yeah, but what I know that when they're talking, that make a schedule for the next discussion, they are acting like we are here to answer your questions. No, they are not, because they could answer these questions right now, right here, right now.
Right, instead of sending me off to this guy and sending me off to that guy.
And talking for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Oh, something happened.
Yeah.
I think he lost
the one, yeah, he lost connection.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, no less. We're just describing the situation, right?
No.
So those guys, so like Kant Hovind was talking for like 6-8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You, as I noticed, were interrupting him like 3 times for 5 seconds or something.
I don't know. I think it's the internet.
You ran out and he put some more shillings in the electricity box. I know.
Yeah, look out for number one. You should just not steal the internet from your neighbor. You just have to pay the bills.
Shit, yeah.
I just have to pay the bills.
He just disconnected the cable.
That's pretty funny.
What the fuck is that?
It's an ambulance or a fire or something.
Oh, Bill is complaining about my volume. Okay, I will
Well,
stay away from my mic.
Yeah, well, I keep on having to play audio mixer here, but it's not having. If I had analog switches, I'd be fine, but I don't. I've got to use my fucking mouse on the one little meter I have.
Watch it. Watch it.
I'm waiting for your movie to connect.
Yeah. It wasn't the end of the video, so look out for number one. You should continue at some. Yeah.
Well, if anything,
Because
his YouTube history will show. Ja, oder nein?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not coming through. For me, anyway.
Yeah, look out for number one. You are still in the room? Are you with us? Okay. Let's join the live stream again.
I thought you were going to step away
You're
from your
dishonest.
Shut him up when it's my turn to talk. Real simple. Fair enough?
Real simple. Real simple is to be honest, you scumbag criminal. Really simple. Simple, sorry.
Hey, man. Sounds good to me.
I'll take
Sydney.
any questions like that. I did answer his question.
No,
No,
you did not. No, you did not.
Yeah.
You did not say. You did not answer the how. You gave a tangent of where, as in location, right? The question, if we're going to put it simply to your fucking simple mind, watch this, is how did your parents made you? How did you come about? And the answer will be your father put semen inside of your mother's womb, and you were created. Right? So you could say, hey, Sidney, listen, okay, my mother and my father fucked. Yeah, a long time ago, I made a mistake of me getting born. Right? You can't Hovind, a criminal. Right? He did not, and you are saying the where. Yeah?
No, he didn't even answer the where question.
Probably up the ass as well a couple of times, and then up the ass again, and then he made you. That's how it is. Okay? Not the where, the how. You failed the how. Am I fucking crystal clear with you?
He failed the where too.
Question is invalid.
No, it's not invalid. It is not invalid when you said it was a fair question. You said it was a fair question. Are you challenging that? People here will actually review the tape or the clip, right? And it will stand to reason that you said it was a fair question.
Where did God come from is an invalid question.
Nowhere. See how dishonest this scumbag is?
Yeah.
Into the end, he says where.
No. In fact, he said it's a valid question. Now he's saying it's not a valid question.
Correct.
He said no. He said it was a fair question to begin with, and now it's an invalid question. What did he say?
That's why at the beginning. That's why I said at the beginning. Press attention to the fairness part of it. Yeah, so it gets ingrained on you. But the next time I do this, I will say, ladies and gentlemen, write it down, because this would come across, as important. Just put it as a note or whatever. It is an invalid question, where, but he did not ask the where. He said how. You dishonest crap.
It's like me asking, why are elephants orange?
No, why? Where? How? How they are? No, where? How?
Are elephants orange?
No. But he even stated incorrectly.
Well, no. This is how he's going to twist it a little bit, and he's going to
Correct.
basically make fun of me. Well, listen to this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See?
That room is full of fucking dishonest idiots, right? You cannot even understand the simple question that he said. How did you call? Excuse me. How did it come to existence? I'm repeating it fucking 20 times. Yeah, like you said, right? But because you're dumb as fuck, right? That you either were dishonest or you could not comprehend and you try to weasel out, right? Dishonesty.
His question, where, that in
No, it did not say where. How? You repeat yourself like Daft Hawkins does, right? Once the person is gone, he cannot defend himself, right? And you're wasting 3 minutes bullshitting about the where. You're repeating it again. It's not where. How?
involves a limitation by distance or time or
Fucking irrelevant, idiot.
space. Did involves limitations by time, past tense. God come from, again, limitations by, he's trying to
Not come from, come into existence. Okay? It's not a location. You change the subject from location, where, to how. How the car was made, not where it came from. Came from a place. No. How was it made? Was it made by hand? Was it made by automation? How was it made? How did it came into existence? Right? What mechanism made God exist? Dumb idiot.
limit God. We're stuck in time, space, matter.
Irrelevant.
God is not. God created time and space and matter in 10 words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, space, and the earth, matter. God is outside of those. And each of those in that Trinity is also a Trinity.
Who gives a fuck about the Trinity? You adding bullshit to more bullshit. You made a fart and you made it into a big fucking heap of shit. Okay? The where is the fucking problem.
Time has 3 parts, past, present, future. Space has 3 parts, length, width, height. Matter has 3 parts, solid, liquid, gas. A trinity of trinities made in 10 words. The God that I worship is outside of those.
Yeah, 3 plus 3 means 9, not 10.
According to the Bible, which is circular. What?
3 plus 3 makes 9, not 10.
Yeah, but
Because
in the Bible, plus 1, that's Ken Hovind. That makes 10. Are you fucking idiot? What? Shit, dumbass, infidel. You can't even count properly. Anyway,
Yeah.
argument. But hey, what do we know about circular argument, right?
This is not 2022 in heaven. God's already standing at your funeral. He sees all of time at the same time and is not the least bit surprised by anything. So the question is invalid. But if we can discuss that, we'll do more in detail if you'd like, Don.
More in detail. You had the opportunity to answer the question. It's not more detail. You mean more bullshit.
On your show or Brett on yours, but I demand equal time, one topic at a time, and no interrupting.
Sidney, you go to Standing for Truth channel, the guy
Standing for Truth channel.
He's got all the information.
God damn it.
If you would like to be able to go with versus Kent Hovind on a discussion on that.
Right, he's folding away his little fucking notebook, right? So from all this time, what is it? 8 minutes 53 seconds. So he cut Sidney at minute 6. So it's 3 minutes already, almost 3 minutes of bullshit between him, mainly Ken Hovind because he's a specialist bullshitter, and Brett Keane also. Right, so he's ready to go.
You're more than welcome to do that. Or I think he can also call you as well, but it looks like Sidney's wanting to debate with you.
No, he did not. He asked a simple fucking question. You also shifted the criteria, right, of a debate. That was not the case at all.
So if that's the case, this is an open discussion. This isn't where we yell at each other, cut each other off.
Cut each other off. If you shut the fuck up and stop fucking mumbling, he could have fucking answered the question. Or if it's not clear enough for Sidney, which it wasn't, he could have said, you know what, Ken, you're fucking full of shit. I don't think that's the case. Can you clarify your answer? But no, you, Brett Keane, you were dishonest as well. And you did not let the answering question fluid enough, in my opinion.
And call each other related strawberries, folks. Let's add Mr. Phoenix to the room. Hello, Phoenix.
Oh, you just add somebody to the room called Phoenix. Okay, so what?
Hi, Ken Hovind. I did have one question.
Oh, so it's a question. All this time, Ken Hovind could have answered more or less adequately to Sidney, but hey.
Ask it before. I think you might have misunderstood it. I was wanting to know about other pastors that are King James Version only.
Oh, that's a Christian question. So he's automatically interested because we're talking about bullshit, right? So Ken Hovind loves bullshit, so he's gonna probably answer it.
To learn from. So would you have any recommendations of others I could listen to besides you? Even though you're good.
Yeah, there are quite a few pastors who believe God preserved his word in the King James, like me.
In the King James. Yeah. Not in the Hebrew Bible, not in the Greek New Testament, but
stop it. So the King James Version is not really a version. It's a different translation, right? So if Kant Hovind is saying you should stay with the King James Version, he just means with the translation, right? And we can translate many stuff to different thing. Like we read the same text and we'll translate it to something else. Like the Hebrew Israelites translating the Bible to their stuff. And the Catholic are translating the stuff to their stuff. And the true believers, whatever it means, they are translating the stuff to their stuff. So, yeah, the translation.
Behind that.
There's a website called AV Authorized Version, avpublications.com.
Yeah, who authorized them?
That's Gail Riplinger's ministry in North Carolina. That is excellent, defending the King James Bible against all others.
Defend the King James Bible against the Greek Bible. Really? Against all others. So you think the King James Bible is superior to the New Testament Bible, which was written by Greeks in Greek, obviously. Is that what you're saying, idiot?
And she would probably have a list of pastors more than I would. I don't collect that kind of stuff, but
no, you collect bullshit.
I speak at churches of all different flavors, and I'm not afraid of them at all. But she would probably know. I know Pensacola Bible Institute in Pensacola. Peter Ruckman, he's dead now, but he did extensive.
Well, here is finishing, but what I'm trying to show here now, I'm going to show this, right? This is against Brett Keane right now. With your source, let me show it to you. Okay, this is Ken Hovind. Oh no, showing it. This is Kent Hovind, ex-wife, right? And you guys, what you're gonna guys see here is her commentary in Brett Keane's thing, but I'm not concerned about her commentary. I'm concerned about Brett Keane's answer, right? So we're gonna shift it to that video and I'll see what they say.
One of the main contentions I've seen that some Christians have had out there in the comments.
Right. One of the main contentions that he's seen from some Christians. That's bullshit. That's it. That's like saying one of my main contentions is X. So basically, I think he's projecting. I think he's talking about himself, not about somebody else. Who gives a fuck about somebody else?
As they state, you've made it very clear that you are wanting to expose ungodliness, the abuse, the evil, and all this.
The abuse. Abuse. Remember that, yeah? And the evil. Yeah, okay.
It's commendable. I think anybody would agree on this. But the issue, it seems like some Christians have had, is some of the people.
The issue is some Christians have some issues about what? Are you talking about somebody, or are you projecting again? Why do you say some Christians? Why can't you be fucking honest, yeah, and say I've got an issue with your thing, right? I've got an issue here.
Well, that you chose to do interviews with, such as the non sequitur.
So you're saying that Christians had issues for her exercising her right to talk to some people. Is that what you're saying?
God, Jesus Christ, on a daily basis. They also had a host that was originally a person who was found to be a rapist. Did you know that?
So,
Sure.
so somebody was a rapist that was being in a show.
Did not. Holy.
They had a host on there, and Steve.
Oh, I do remember Steve saying.
So they
that
had a
Kyle-
host. Can you get the similarity here? So, okay, let's carry on.
Convicted of rape.
No, that's wrong.
Kyle Curtis was an atheist.
Kyle was a thief. Not convicted sex offender.
Money from their podcast that they were making.
That is true.
And left him out to dry.
That is true.
Steve McCree out to dry. There was another man, though. I forget what the guy's name was, but there was
Of course you did.
Dramatic thing for the last 2 years about how he was being what a lot of atheists referred to as a rape apologist, where he tried to defend the guy, even though he knew for a fact the guy didn't just rape, but he kidnapped a girl.
Right, you're describing, so Keen, correct me if I'm wrong, you're describing what did that person do wrong, correct? So he was a sex offender. Obviously, he was going to be raped or do bad things, right? So you just glorifying or putting more wood in the fire.
Out somewhere and did this, and it was all it's all recorded. Yeah, someone that he was having on the show. So
somebody that he's having on the show. Brett, what the fuck did you had somebody on the fucking show? You had a fucking criminal.
This is what I'm getting at.
2 times convicted. Maybe it's your third time lucky. He will come back again after he probably be sentenced to jail again for whatever bullshit that he might do in the future, right? And you got to be 3 times the charm, right?
At the time.
Huh?
Did Steve McCree know
Steve
that
McCree
about
has known that for the last couple of years.
No.
Well, how long, Mr. Brett Keane, did you know that Ken Hovind was a criminal and you host him in your channel? Same answer. Same question, same answer. For how long? Yeah? Remember the how and not the where? For how long?
Did he know it while he had him on his as a partner?
Yeah, he defended.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. How long do you know? Do you know that when you made the show, do you know that he was guilty? Twice?
If you, when you have an opportunity, you don't have to do it right now, but just type in Steve McCree rape apologist, and you're going to see that
I'm going to end this one there.
He was pretty much dogpiled by the atheist community for doing this, because he was one of these guys who like to go over to Twitter.
Dogpile. Okay, you want some dogpile? Brett, you're a scumbag, right? You just hosted, or in this case, what I just saw, yeah, you hosted this criminal, convicted criminal, that's without a shadow of a doubt. That's fact. I can produce more fact than that scumbag, right? He was a criminal, and you hosted him. But then you go to Ken Hovind's wife, Cindy, and you say, some Christian thought that it was bad for them to host a sex offender. Maybe the case that's correct, but what the fuck are you hosting for an hour, right? That criminal. You answer that, yeah. And without any more to say, I will end it there because that was the nature of my video, right? reproducing what this guy did, the unfairness of not giving the correct answer or the clear answer, giving a fucking tangent, right? Brett Keane defending this guy, White Knight, he say, "Oh, you too much, go and have a fucking debate, schedule a debate," when it was a simple question, right? And then you got the fucking audacity, to get a fucking stupid Christian to ask, "Oh, where can I learn from you? No, I've learned a lot from you. I want somebody else. Yeah, can you recommend?" And you say, yeah, I can recommend. I can stay for 5 more minutes giving you bullshit, right? Really? Is this how it comes to? Absolute fucking dishonesty. To date, and I've seen probably a couple thousand of fucking videos, I have not seen one honest preacher. Not seen one. And that is saying something. Right? The common denominator here is to tell as much bullshit as possible, and the gullible people will fucking believe it. And also ask for money, yeah, so you can live a fucking free life without lifting a fucking finger in your fucking life, yeah, just going from one place to the other. But evolution is not right. Evolution is a religion. Blah 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 blah. That's it. Okay, so Ken Hovind, you are a dishonest piece of shit. Together with your new friend Brett Keane. I rest my case. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
How about that?
That was so cool. Nice. Well done, dude. Very nice. So, should we open the room? Should we bring some people in?
Yeah, you do you. All good.
All right. Let's just throw an invite out there.
Let those infidels prove me wrong.
The question still stands then.
For sure.
How did your God come into existence?
Maybe somebody is more clever than that Kent fucking asshole.
Maybe.
Or less dishonest. Take your pick.
Mm. So yeah, there's the linky poo for everybody. Don't come in and run away. Come in and have a chat. Have a real chat, dudes.
Yeah, but the magic word is honest chat.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to proceed, listen to Ken Hovind.
Yeah. All right, let me just switch it over. There we go. All right, so who has any comments on the crass dishonesty we just watched out of Kent Hovind's mouth? Is it legal for him to be free to spread misinformation like that? I thought there was a law against
freedom of speech. No, freedom of speech.
Yeah. Let me
He has a dedicated audience that keeps him fed and housed.
Well, I found out more about that dinosaur
theme park,
trailer trash park that he runs there.
Adventureland.
Yeah, there's a lot of alcoholics and drug addicts and people there, and they all people who've been there all say that they openly use drugs and alcohol in the compound. And Kent Hovind, he vehemently says no drugs or alcohol are ever used on the premises, and if they were found, they'd be kicked out right immediately, without even question. He's such a liar.
Yeah, he does nothing constructive.
So I think the general audience is just kind of speechless by what they've witnessed here today in by Kent Hovind. I'm sure there's going to be some long-lasting there'll be some long-lasting emotional effects. But please, people, if you need help, if you need help, you need someone to talk to, please go to a mental health counselor. Do not go to a shady preacher, please. And if you really, really want to know what different opinions are like, the different rational opinions are like, come in here. Bill, this is a cool party. So join the cool kids.
Yeah, but this is most important. This is an honest party.
It's an honest party. It would have to be, wouldn't it? I'm gonna ask Rose to come in.
Hey, Randall is on the house. Hey, Randall, just got a question. Seriously, got a question. What's the issue with the Asian writings on the right of your surname? Just out of curiosity, seriously.
It's not ancient writings, it's Chinese.
Asian.
Oh,
not
Asian.
Asian.
I'd say it's Mandarin. But I don't know.
Probably.
Hey, Randolph. Won't you come in and answer this very important question? Looks like everything's happening in the chat. Should be just I should just have the chat on the screen, and we can disappear. It means the foe is ready. Funny, Bill. But you know what? He may be right. Who knows? So, a panel with Oscar, with Pio, with Tom, and with Sidney seems to be too formidable for anyone.
For believers, yeah.
For any believer to come into and answer our question.
It's too formidable, if you understand French.
No, I'm not really that French. My French is not, it's not my culture. My culture is purely British. You know? My culture is purely British.
C'est très formidable.
Yeah, well, shut one of your streams off.
Lucky to have one stream at all. How's about now?
Randall, thank you
Good.
for that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Good.
Wait a minute. No, I didn't do.
No, you sound good. Don't touch anything.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Was that skeptic talking to Darth the other day on a stream? Getting some time with Darth? Is that you? It was on a
No, I haven't talked to. No, I haven't talked to him in a while. Like a long
Is
time.
Darth still on the internet?
Well,
Anyway?
you get the Tom Rabbit stuff pops up and the Spatch Talk stuff.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a Spatchcock one this morning?
I think so.
But I'm not sure what he was talking about. I thought he was. I thought he was talking about
What was it?
Old stuff, nothing new.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I complain to everyone else too about putting dates. You don't know what the time frames are, but you've been getting real good at that. I mean, I commend you, Sidney.
Thank
for
you.
having.
Thank you, Bill. It means a lot.
You're gonna be the best, the number one. You'll see.
Yeah, well, I'll hang in there until it happens, all right?
It's okay. I'm gonna go and look at my YouTube history and see if I can find some.
See if you can what?
Okay. History. Normalizing Atheism. Sidney Winston. Okay, I was listening to Pine Creek. No. Mango returned to T-Jump. Boy, that guy's a fucking idiot.
Who?
Mango.
Who's Mango?
He pays Tom T-Jump $50 to get on there and have some time.
Yeah.
And
Really?
Yeah, he's like a Muslim or something. He's this black dude, but he's just lame.
But who does he challenge?
Let's see. Mango returns. Someone paid for another Mango torture session. Please consider donating. Yeah, I can't. I don't know, man. The guy is so impossible to speak with. They never really get to a topic. He was talking about racism. There's no racism. That's what he was talking about. Racism is a hoax. And all this stuff. And it starts sounding like Peterson. Let me see. Jimmy Joe Peterson. Sidney Winston. All my histories on YouTube histories are all Sidney Winston chats and things.
You got to get out more, man.
I gotta get a life. And a Pine Creek. Apparently, I guess when your thing is, I have autoplay on. So when your little things are over, I wind up always getting taken to Pine Creek.
Oh yeah.
Or T-Jump. Yeah. Okay.
Very, very fine choices.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing here. But wait a second. I'm looking at my bill past due. I need to switch my identity. Maybe I was listening to it on my other identity.
Mm-hmm.
My high school identity. In which case, okay, let me try that. So I only listen with my bill past due when I'm going to mix it up and make comments. Okay, so history for the other identity. Yeah, see, when it's my other identity, it's all about technical stuff, studio installations and musical instruments. Okay.
Oh, don't change the topic, Bill.
No, I'm just brainstorming here. Is
So
racism a hoax? That's Mango. Is racism a hoax? Yeah, a debate.
no. If you are talking about the Muslim guy who's joining
Mango.
channel, paying him $50 an hour or something, we should do it too. By the way, Sidney,
do what?
You should offer people to talk to you for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a topic. That's not a topic. So, and this guy is a Muslim, right? And in fact, he's not arguing that there is no racism. There is no racism in Islam.
That's what he's talking about, Islam specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not done with Christianity yet. You want me to switch to Islam yet already?
Yeah. Islam is just Christianity 2.0.
Exactly. Let's get done with Christianity, and then Islam will just fall away.
I think the force is not strong with them.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, May the 4th is like 6 day over, right?
They got the stupid meme that Mr. Spock is flipping his fingers and he's saying, "May the 4th be with you." And it's like Mr. Spock has a list, but that's Star Wars. That's not Star Trek. So I don't get it.
May the 4th is the 4th of May.
Right, that's what it's supposed to be. May the 4th be with you. But the reason it's funny is because Mr. Spock is saying it, and he's got fucking nothing to do with it. They should have Speedy Gonzalez say it. They didn't have something to do with the culture. Okay, let me see. Talkie and the line. This is all my other stuff.
Yeah, by the way, Bill,
Yeah.
what's the difference between nature and actuality?
Actually, okay, I explained earlier reality, but I'm trying to get people to discern between the idea of reality and actuality, a nuanced
Mhm.
difference, just so we can establish a universal fundament and we can get rid of that whole gotcha brain fart shit that Darth keeps putting out. So, reality is when you knock on something and it's there. Okay. Actuality is what's there without the knocking. And the knocking is sentience. So chew on that for a while, and you see that actuality is antecedent to reality.
I disagree as well.
Yeah, how could you know about the stuff without knocking?
That's what I'm saying. That's the closest thing to faith you're ever going to get from me, because it's antecedent to the sentience and consciousness that describes it and experiences it. That's the whole business of sentience. The whole business of sentience is to model reality, but it cannot be anything better than subjective, because we cannot experience the actuality of what is actually occurring. We cannot be the events or the occurrences that we are trying to describe. And that's all we do, is we try to describe things to each other and navigate our way through this reality that we've modeled, which emerges from actuality. So we get it grounded. All things are grounded. All things are grounded by the actuality of their occurrence. It's the law of identity. But you can, when you're modeling a reality and saying, "Yeah, I'm knocking on the, I'm inspecting it, I'm deciding what it is, and it's real. Now it's real. I'm confirming that it's real." These are all descriptions made by sentient minds, and you can be very wrong or very right in your description, but it doesn't change the actuality of the thing that's occurring. Universally
But
correct.
how do you know about the actuality? What it is? I mean,
Well,
by which measurements are you saying this is the actuality?
Well, T-Jump is pretty good. He says between predictions, uh, novel
Novel
predictions,
predictions.
novel predictions and such. I mean, it's what's going on. I'm not saying there's a great difference between them. I'm saying you would not have reality without there being actuality. Without actually everything, every particular, diverse and different, has one fundamental thing in common, and that is its occurrence. So that is the grounding. The thing cannot be anything different than that it is. It's like identity, except for identity is a sentient process that you're constructing, concepts about things.
I'd like to welcome Zhang Wendao to the room.
Okay.
Welcome.
Hi, Aaron.
Young one now. Yeah, usually only a few Chinese people call me that.
Everybody tease you.
Well, now that I know how to read your Chinese characters, I know what to say.
Oh, so it's Ralph?
You can always put them into Google Translate and it'll read them out for you. And so the writing is not any particular dialect, it is just Chinese. And then the dialects are spoken quite differently. So saying Mandarin, that's how I pronounce it, is in Mandarin, and it's what most Chinese people use. But the writing is the same across all dialects, essentially.
Well,
yes,
I like the
yes,
thing
of
in
course.
the middle. It looks like a urn for cremation. That thing in the middle, or a pot of pho.
Oh, below the Canadian lake.
Pot of pho.
Well, the little thing in the middle, the image in the middle, looks like
that one there.
Oh yeah,
That's
it looks like a table.
Talking about
a table or a hot pot.
That's a keg of TNT for a show that we're working on. This studio is being built for, called True North Talk.
Yeah. So I'm saying below it, in the middle, that little image in the middle of the writing, that looks like a little container, a vase. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one in the middle.
That just means writing, like written word.
Oh, well, there you go.
Written philosophy.
Yeah, it just happens that those, and I do find philosophy interesting, but I'm not an expert in it. I have a lot to learn. But the Chinese characters Wan Dao sound a lot like Randolph, so it's a close approximation. So usually when helping people pick a name from a different language, Chinese people will typically try to help them find characters that match their interests as well as matching the pronunciation of their name.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, I went to camera and ran away. Okay. Better look out than me.
So I'm mostly going to be listening while I do some work. I hope you don't mind.
No problem. I just want to know if did you catch Randolph? Did you catch any of the Kent Hovind nonsense?
Oh, there's so much of it. Where do we begin, right? So
the one that because I asked him the question and Lookout did a reaction video to it.
No, I didn't catch that.
We did a reaction video.
Just tuned in here, so I just tuned into your live channel.
I asked Kent Hovind a question. How did your God come into existence? And for I don't know, 20 minutes, I think, or something like that, he ducked and dodged and dove aside and evaded my question, and then dismissed me offhand.
Oh, he dismisses a lot of people. Don't take it personally.
Oh, believe me, I don't.
Well, they've been doing that for centuries. It's the whole thing, these arguments keep going on, and it's just
it's downright annoying.
It's it's fruitless. It's you banging your head against the wall 1,000 times, thinking something different's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I started trying to hold.
It's going to be a studio. Nice.
Sorry. No, this is his bunker, right? So
yeah, it's his nuclear bunker for when the Russians.
No, it's above ground.
Yeah, he's ready for. He's ready for Putin.
Yeah. Hey, does he know something that we don't? Help.
Where are you generally located?
At ground zero.
Same region as Sydney here.
Yeah, we're both at ground zero.
You guys are killing them.
And what they meant by ground zero, that nobody's there beside them.
No, ground zero is where the nuclear bomb actually explodes.
Yeah.
That's where shit happens.
Yeah, thank you, Sidney, for not understanding my joke.
Stoic Sidney. It's where the rubber meets the road.
I didn't even hear your joke. Can you?
Yeah, let's explain to Pio once again what ground zero is, right?
What's ground zero, Pio?
It's the ground where 0 people except Sydney and Randolph are the citizens of.
It's a social construct.
Yeah.
So
no, let's just say Canada.
Canada. So ground zero is Canada, and there should only be 2 people in Canada, and that would be Randolph and me.
I never seen any other people in Canada, to be true.
Have you seen Neil the 604 Atheist?
No. It's like you are the second person I met from Canada.
Yeah, but Neil the 604 Atheist is also from Canada.
Who?
Oh, okay. I'll put a link in the Prove Me Wrong channel. You can take a look at his deconversion stories series. It's very interesting. He interviews people about how they left religion, and every story is different.
Yeah, that's wicked. Yeah.
I left religion very young, and by thinking about it for a while. So.
Like 5 seconds or what?
Well, no, I used to talk to God a lot and stuff. But I used to talk to my calico cat, and I used to talk to those little black bugs. We used to play with little black bugs that come up when you water the hedges. So I had a very active conversational voice going on when I was very, very young. And I got about the same responses from the little black bugs and the little potato bugs, we call them, and my cats as I did from God. So I figured I really got to rattle him by the shoulders to get him to answer me for something.
Mm-hmm.
So I cussed him out, and I dared him and challenged him. And I said, just show me any fucking little thing. And
he showed you any?
I told some of my friends about it, that I did that. And they said, well, it's going to come and get you. He's just not answering your challenge on your, right. He doesn't jump when you say how, he doesn't say how high when you say jump, God. So now everything that's been misfortune that has befallen me for most of my life, and I have to say, I must have come from that. But I don't buy it.
You know what the Bible says. You should not take your God to test. But on the other side, it says you should take your God to test. If you ask, he will answer.
Sure, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, where I was born and raised, there was a very strong television campaign for selling Ford trucks. He had a big bull. He would say, "That ain't no bull." Tex Earnhardt, Tex Earnhardt. And I ran into all sorts of characters like that all my life that were trying to sell you a whole way of thinking and a whole bunch of hype in order to see things their way and sign on their dotted line. So I identified that's what was going on with the Bible.
Yeah. Randolph is showing us what he's stealing from the guy who owns this place.
He's stealing mothballs out of his humidifier.
Oh, so that's the next door neighbors. He's stealing the electricity from him.
Let me fix your cables, right? And yeah.
Yeah, he won't notice. He's on vacation right now.
Who, the neighbor?
Yeah, the neighbor. That's why he's fucking stealing the electricity.
I think he's working in the new meth lab for Walter White. That's what I think.
Yes.
There's something going on there. Werner's helping him. Werner didn't die.
By the way, this is the wrong hammer. This is what shoemakers are using.
Oh, he's trying to cobble his eaves? He's incorrectly trying to cobble his eaves?
What the hell does that mean?
He's using a cobbling hammer he's working on his eaves up there, isn't he? I'm just throwing some technical talk.
No, he's doing wiring.
Yeah, well, he's wiring it to the eave. That's not an eave. What do you call that thing that he's hammering? A wall?
No, it's a beam. A wooden beam.
Okay.
Beam.
It's not a beam.
It's high tech talk.
Beams go like parallel to the floor.
So the beams are above them.
No,
that's a post. I don't know. Maybe I have no idea. I'm not a
or
construction guy.
Maybe it comes from the beam me up, Scotty, and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
The difference between actuality and reality. One's a beam and one's a post. But it's
for fuck's sake.
Very important to know the nuance.
Hey, Bill, I got a question for you.
It's a vertical fucking wooden pole. That's
I got a question for you, Bill.
Fuck's sake.
Bill Pasdu, you're up. Here's your question. How did your God come into existence, Bill Pasdu?
I answered that yesterday in 10 seconds, and you praised me.
Hello, Iron Charioteer.
He had to occur. And in order for an occurring to be actual, because the universe is actual. So he's dependent upon occurring, because non-occurrence is nothing. Therefore, he cannot be God because he's dependent on being actual.
That works for me.
And you got all excited and praised me highly.
All right, so I'd like a theist, a Christian specifically, to come in and challenge your response, because I think your response was just as much word salad as their response.
Okay.
And especially, we are waiting for Artangelo, and I will mute myself when we come.
No, this is Artangelo. This is what he does. Okay, he comes in. Don't feel bad about what you did to Artangelo, because he comes in, and he will try to control the room by threatening to leave, and then acting upon it right away without being, rational about it. So it's a ploy. He does this every time. It's kind of his him and Das little little plot to aggravate the atheists.
You gotta do a graphic, a little clock ticking graphic, okay? And when he does call in, you as the moderator, when he starts talking, just throw up the clock ticking, okay? And then you can actually see how long he's proceeding, you know? Just as a graphic. Be ready for him next time. And then you can actually compare
No,
it.
he's not worth making a graphic for. He can come in and talk like anybody else, or he can just leave when he gets butthurt within 5 seconds. I don't really care.
Yeah, you need to nail these fuckers. You come up with little things like that and it nails them. Their MO. Because they're just doing the same shit over and over again, and it gets very tiresome. You gotta shut
It
that
is
shit
tiresome. They haven't changed since the 80s, their whole shtick.
Since the 18th.
Since the 80s, since I got to North America. Same shit I've been hearing. It used to be in the 80s that sometimes on Sunday or late at night, no, late at night or Sundays, before the football, there'd be nothing else to watch but fucking church everywhere on all the channels. And so I'd listen to church and then nonsense, the same nonsense over and over again that you hear today, the same nonsense that Esther, the Afro-humanist, covers, hasn't changed in all that time since I've been here.
I never liked the music that much, and I thought the people looked hokey.
I thought you were a composer of music for that genre.
Producer.
Yeah, I didn't like that kind of music. I like Frank Zappa music. I like eclectic, risk-taking, strange shit, mutant shit.
Well, that's weird. Why would you like that? How dare you like that? Isn't there a ministry of something that's going to prevent you from liking that in your country?
Yeah, it's devil music. The Devil's Music Workshop.
Oh yeah, the Ministry of Truth is a thing in the United States now.
There is. I thought there was the Parents Resource Kitchen or something. The Parents Resource, like Tipper Gore and all that stuff. They wanted to have everything rated by the.
But that was back in the 1700s, man. When your what they call it, your Declaration of Independence and Constitution, whatever it's called. Anyway, since 1776, you people in America have not progressed. It's a problem.
God, I can't defend that. My attitude toward government was developed by watching Deadwood, the TV show Deadwood, and how they had the town of Deadwood where they killed Wild Bill Hickok.
No, I know nothing about that.
Oh, it's a great TV show. You should watch the TV show.
I can't watch United States television. It's bad for my brain.
Well, this was a good show. Deadwood. David Carradine played Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh, David Carradine, the guy, Kung Fu guy? Is it just
not David? I'm sorry, Keith. Keith, his brother.
Oh, okay.
Who was in the Duelists with Harvey Keitel. He played Wild Bill Hickok.
You know something? If I watch all the movies that I've missed and that I have to catch up on, I'll run out of life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. You should watch it like when they came out, so you'll not miss anything. So
I don't have time to watch movies,
and we are still alive.
I don't have time to watch movies though.
I don't do that either. If something's a big hit, I don't watch it, and then
no, I still haven't watched Titanic.
I'll binge later.
Yeah,
I never watched Titanic, and I will never.
And I'll never watch it either. Yeah, exactly. I never watched that Broke Boy Mountain thing. That that was a big hit. Like all these Oscar-winning movies, I just never get to watch.
Kate Winslet, all sweaty. You kidding me? A young Kate Winslet, all steamy and topless.
What movie's that?
Titanic.
No, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's a musical, number one.
How about that one? What was it called? Monster Ball. Did you catch Monster Ball?
No.
With Halle Berry, she got an Academy Award for having sex with what was the guy's name who played Sling Blade? Bobby Joe something. What was his name? What's his name?
I have no idea. Told you, I've missed so many movies.
Boy, you're just not cultural.
No, I'm
Movies.
Ashkenazi.
American movies, dude. You want to know the world, you gotta be.
I stick with British. You know, I'm a Monty Python kind of a person.
Did you see the Ruling Class with Peter O'Toole?
No.
Well, that's the one, man. That's the one where Peter O'Toole plays Jesus. He thinks he's Jesus.
Lots of people think they're Jesus.
Yeah. Well, this was like in the late 70s. It was made at the end of the late 60s or early 70s.
No.
So it's over the top. You gotta check it out. It's called The Ruling Class. You can easily find it somewhere.
No, I'm not going to check it out. What are you telling me to
Because
do?
I told you to.
I'd rather go and debate Kent Hovind.
He thinks he's Jesus Christ for the first half of the movie. They try to cure him because they want to take over the lordship of the castle. And by the end, he thinks he's Jack the Ripper. And that works. That's great. So he takes his place in the House of Lords. So that's spoilers, but it's
Okay, well,
worth it.
that's good enough for me. I don't have to watch it
It's a
now.
good enough movie. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Magic Christian. How about Magic Christian? You see that one?
Never heard about that one.
Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr.
No.
They were making it right when they were making Get Back. You know, they're doing that was the same studios that they were using to film The Magic Christian.
No. Didn't know that one.
We chased away.
Skeptic.
Peel.
Yeah,
Oh,
Skeptic.
Peel.
And Skeptic.
Oh, look at that.
Damn it.
It must be nighttime in Europe. Except skeptics from Alabama.
Always feel free to interrupt me and talk about something interesting.
Yeah, no, we do. You have the floor.
Yeah, I mean, Kent Hovind's such a fucking obvious huckster. I mean,
but he's not the only huckster in town. Just like he said, he says there's many in the area, and in that how in that area, that Bible Belt area, how chock-a-block full of people is it? Like, I'm trying to understand the population density of that area, and I am unable to.
I was born and raised in Phoenix. I've not traveled much, but you know, you give these people life by covering them. You know, it's just they get the free coverage, and you think they're a lot more than what they really are. You know, Kent Hovind's probably not doing jack shit. You know, he's probably sitting around. You know.
Well, he's stealing a lot of stuff from other people, and you know, that's not doing jack shit. That's
Well,
doing
you
something.
give me some statistics. I mean, what kind of who's watching him? How many people are watching him? And
I don't know. I'm not watching him. I just try to ask him a question.
Simple question.
A very simple question.
I didn't catch the whole broadcast or the context of it. But was this something recently, or was this something from years ago?
Recently.
Oh, fresh.
It was recent. Okay.
Fresh.
Fresh.
Bubbly fresh.
I asked Kent Hovind the simple question: how did your God come into existence?
Okay. What was he doing? He was doing a live stream, and you called in, or
no? Brett Keane was doing a live stream, and he hosted. His guest was Kent Hovind.
Okay.
And I called in.
You did. That's very untypical for you.
Untypical, yes.
Yeah, you don't call in.
I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I wouldn't call you. So when was this event? How long ago was this event? A week?
A week
month?
ago, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, very current.
Yes.
That's where you were. You were resting up for what you anticipated would be a grinding session with Mr. Hovind. Or did you just stumble upon it?
Oh, it was grinding, all right.
You knew it was happening, so you were prepared for it, huh?
No, I was not prepared for it, actually, because I failed in getting my question answered.
That's not hard to do. Failure is not hard to do, Sidney. Especially if you take the...
I know. I practice it. I practice and practice and practice until I get it right.
You'd be the best one of these days. So what's the story? Is he done with his legal proceedings? Is he out from underneath that, or has he still got to answer for whatever?
I don't think he'll ever be done with legal proceedings because he's such a bad person, and he's stolen so much money from so many people that I don't think his legal troubles or any troubles are ever going to be over for him. But don't forget, also, he's 70 years old, and he's had strokes, as you can tell from his lopsided face.
Yeah. There's no real incentive to clean your act up when you get older. It's keep on doing what you know.
It's just, yeah, he's got to keep on raking in money from people, from gullible, vulnerable people. That's all he's got. That's all he does. That's all he ever will do.
So it's like ARC University, huh? So is that why he's getting his money? He's getting people to invest in ARC stuff?
No, it's Dinosaur Adventureland, I think he calls it.
Okay. Jeez.
But guess what?
Well,
His personal accountant is the actual owner, right? He's based on a contract according to Sidney, his ex-wife, right? And this is primarily for to avoid any type of so the property is not taken away due to any convictions, because he has learned the lesson. Now Ernie is the guy that owns everything.
Isn't Ernie the alcoholic?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's one of them fuckers. Anyway, but basically Ken is not the owner, right? But technically is the boss. Yeah, he's the boss in spirit.
Well, he's the boss. He's the boss of the guy that is the owner, and he's got full control of the guy that is the, well, I guess, quote, owner, unquote. Because Kent Hovind's a felon.
Well, we don't want him getting away with nothing. We don't want him. Give that doggy some Christian baby treats.
That's what she gets every hour.
Some bris strips. Toasted bris.
Oh, she gets Catholic babies. There's lots of them.
So, have you been watching The Righteous Gemstones at least?
Well, I don't have a TV, for fuck's sake.
God damn it, Jesus. You go on the internet. I don't have a TV. It's just a big monitor. It's on the internet.
Yes. I have to go tend to my dog. She's not on the internet, so I'll be right back. You guys schmooze amongst yourselves.
Check out Lookout for Number One. So Lookout for Number One. Do you have a regular work schedule?
Oh, definitely, of course.
Are you booked up and you're doing all these you do projects involve the heavy equipment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Moving heavy equipment.
And you do this on the mainland of Europe, or?
No. My company the company I work for, not my company. Hire the machine for the construction industry.
Do you move around a lot to different countries to do work, or?
No, I said inland. It's all inland.
It's in England, okay.
Inland, yeah, in the country.
Inland, okay. But it's Europe, right? It's Europe?
Yeah.
Still,
inside the island.
What do they call it, hands across the water? I'm here in America. So we're hands across the water, right?
Right.
Okay. Just wondering because the hardest workers, the harder workers that get stuff done, I found have a European heritage. That's the way it was with my uncle. My uncle came over after the World War II, and he started up with nothing, and he wound up owning the company that provides all the metal phone poles to the cities here in the Southwest. Huge, poles. He had a pole company. People used to work with him on a handshake because he knew he could get it done, and he could get it done right. Because of his
that's all gone. That's all gone. The old typical handshake. Fucking hell, that was a solid thing.
Yeah. So what, you're inundated with paperwork is what you're saying? It's, you have to have lots of lawyers and stuff dealing with anything you get involved in, covering liability and malpractice, just like a termite guy would have, or a doctor.
Yeah, but I don't see that because we are well trained on what we do, and we got certain procedures on how to do things.
Yeah.
Similar what Randolph is doing, very very precise and meticulous. Yeah, high quality shit there.
I'll have you guys know that I'm not an electrician. I just do this because I enjoy it.
Yeah. You're wigging it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I studied the regulations, so I know the right way to do things. But yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah.
There we go, full screen.
Well, any empty room that I see or run into, I always think of it in terms of turning it into a recording studio. You know, soundproofing it and fiberglass and all that stuff. And so I always pre-visualize it.
Well, it's not going to be that professional, but we're going to have an area over here is the plan. You see where that part sticks out of the ceiling a bit? Protrudes? Yeah. That's going to be the top of the studio. We're going to put carpet on the wall and the ceiling and the adjacent wall on there. So for that, we won't be using gyprock. We'll use plywood covered with carpet, but behind it there'll be fiberglass. And that'll stop the sound from echoing because carpet just absorbs things.
Oh, excuse me. That's going to be some sort of production facility?
Yeah, an atheist studio.
Yeah. We're going to be starting an atheism call-in program called True North Talk. Neil 604, an atheist, and I will be co-hosting it. This is all at my place for doing this.
You've probably been talking about it for weeks, and I'm going right over my head. I had no clue. You know, I just...
Weeks. This has actually been well over a year in the making now.
You've been working on that place.
It's just
months.
I've got expenses, so I have to work. So I don't get to work on this full time. Unfortunately, I work on it when I can.
People actually stick to a single thing like that for more than a few weeks. Huh? Some things actually people stick to for like a year to have memory.
An atheist call-in show. That sounds great.
Well, we'll be the first one in Canada.
Indeed.
You know, Americans, as far as politics and all that stuff, they don't have a memory over a year and a half.
Who are we?
Yeah, we're gonna purposely avoid political discussion as much as we can because all the other topics will be good, and it'll be probably mostly religious people calling in, but
calling into who?
Atheists calling in too.
Calling into who, Randolph? You and anyone? You and who else?
Me and Neil, who are
you and Neil are doing this together. Oh, excellent. Nice. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we had this plan for a while. Actually, it's something I wanted to do for over a decade. And when I originally looked into it, when the atheist experience was new, I found local community television was the option because YouTube wasn't really quite that popular yet. It was, but it wasn't quite the right environment for that yet. So people were still using the phone to call into these things. And they, because they didn't have things like StreamYard and Google Meets and things like that, that could make it easy to facilitate live calls like what we do every fortnight on the politics Discord. But I looked into it. So local community television, the regulations here are very strict. And if a caller was to swear on the air, that would be a problem for us. We could get shut down. So we decided the risk is way too high with that. So we didn't do it. But now with YouTube, it doesn't really matter so much. People can swear.
Yeah. Nice.
And all.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Really good. How are you?
I'm okay. My voice is kind of weak.
Yeah, I hear that.
How do you plan on avoiding politics?
Well, we're the hosts, so if it's a political topic, we'll just shut it down and move on.
Oh.
That's the way to do it.
Which leaves you talking about what, actuality and reality?
Oh, there's lots of topics. You listen to the atheist experience, most of the people aren't talking politics anyway, so it's I don't expect it's going to be a big problem.
It's gone very heavily towards trans and positioning, transgender and that stuff, and I just don't have a dog hunting in that forest.
Yeah, but that's not an atheist. That's not an atheist subject. Topic.
I know, but it's sort of so.
In America, yeah, in the States they do that, but you know we're a little bit more sort of aware up here about what really matters.
Well, I had an idea of doing a limited run series for like HBO, where it was called Hemlock Latte, and
Okay.
in the modern day, people are getting together for an hour early before they go to work at a Starbucks or something. They have conversation in the morning, like 5, 6, maybe people. Okay, and then there's a parallel plot where it's the schools of philosophy in ancient Greece, and it's a depiction of how what that life was like back then. And eventually, what's going to happen in the first timeline is Socrates will have to drink his latte, his hemlock latte, and they kill Socrates. But it's a depiction of the different schools of thought that people don't really understand about the golden age of philosophy. And then the modern day timeline parallel would be sort of like the ramifications of that kind of thinking into the typical situations we have now here in our modern contemporary life. So it's kind of a combination of Reservoir Dogs. You see Reservoir Dogs, where they before the bank robbery, they're all sitting around talking at the table in a restaurant. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Reservoir Dogs, Tarantino movie.
We have got a very, very, very important question by Iron Charioteer, and this is to Randolph. So he says, "Where are you going to put the jacuzzi?" Seriously, it says there. Yeah. Where's the jacuzzi at?
Oh, Iron Charioteer knows. I'm working on the studio.
It's not a studio if it doesn't have a jacuzzi.
I need a pool of writers who will understand what the actual development of classic philosophy was in the ancient schools and depicting what life was like back then. There was that series called Rome. I guess maybe you didn't see that, but it was about Caesar and that time in Rome, and it was really good depiction of how.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
some
yeah,
of
yeah.
them applied to ancient Greek, terms of ancient Greek, and educating people about what this philosophy is really all about, or schools of philosophy, and the politics that were involved in it that led to, they killed Socrates because of what he was saying, I guess. And then modern day life, contemporary life. So the pernicious return of superstition and believing in things that aren't real.
Are we going backwards in some forms, in some kind of form of
I thought
progress? Are we actually going backwards and it's reverse progress? I don't know what's going on.
Well, you look, Obama was elected president, and it was a stupendous world changing historical, and now things are, I think, are worse off than before. Just about all the backlash that was a result of that, and all the scientific advances from the space age, and all the medical advances and stuff. And here we have a resurgence in superstitious religious thinking. People don't want to believe. They don't want to believe in science, for Christ's sake. The popularity of Carl Sagan and those people when I was young was really something quite invigorating. About science, presenting science that people could get their hands on it. You realize that the things that are true about the world are far more interesting than the things that are imaginary, and superstitious. What's real and true is it's really a trip. And now it seems like the pendulum swings the other way.
I think your morning latte stream idea is a great idea, by the way.
Yeah, as a series, yeah. I just needed writers. I'm not active enough to actually be involved with writers and writing circles. But it could happen. It could happen. I was going to have a character gets introduced about halfway in the part of the Greek timeline where Zeno shows up. The Zeno's paradox. He shows up, and the solipsists and all these people show up. It's going to be paralleled in the modern day, whatever plot line, with the there's a guy been sitting at the other table, and it's like Darth Dawkins type character. But he's been over listening to these people talking, and he inserts himself into their little group and becomes the new heavy, trying to fuck with other shit. But yeah, it's always fun to banter about little ideas like that.
I would have thought you'd have found an online philosophy cafe or something to hang out in, if you like philosophy so much.
You're starting to drop out. Your talking is dropping out, Sidney.
Oh, I said, I would have thought that you would be hanging out on some kind of an online philosophy cafe, with your interest in philosophy being so obviously
Yes.
high up there.
I do pop around, the channels and stuff, and listen. I mostly listen because I have coherent days, and most of the time I find that I hate having a mental fart when I'm trying to talk about something and I blank out.
Happens to me all the time, as you'll notice if you watch my videos.
That's why I feel for you.
Oh, you soon get over the shame, the embarrassment, the humiliation of it all.
Well, you just got to keep at it, and then try to hone things down, whittle them down to clear, lucid, terse statements.
No, if you're anxious and you got anxiety in front of the camera and it's rolling, well, you got to do something. So you might as well freak out, panic.
Yeah. Do a bit of that, but you know me, I just run. I say, "Oh, I gotta run now."
Yeah, but nobody really runs.
Where can you run?
Have you ever said you're going to run and then you never ran? Does that make you a liar?
I don't run. I don't bust a sweat. Anything that requires busting a sweat gets vetoed by me. Just like anything that you should never pay for anything that you don't think you can just get away with. I think something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Talking about just a general philosophy for making your way through life. Never pay for. I hate money and I hate commerce. Never pay for anything that you can't, that you don't otherwise figure you can just get away with.
What? What kind of nonsense is that?
I've never been one for the work ethic. I've been one for the benevolent ethic, but I've never been one for the work ethic. I think we get people, the work ethic just gets people, dehumanizes people, and gives a rationale for people not to provide for each other. I'm just big on benevolence.
So, what do you think of people who are benevolent?
Yeah, not enough. And in order to get into a position to be benevolent, you have to evolve through all sorts of horrible shit in order to get into the position. How do rich people get rich?
By robbing the poor.
Well, yes, that's generally speaking.
Uh-huh. Because there's no other way.
Well, that's because of the way the system's been set up.
Of course. Well,
listen, for centuries.
The winner makes the rules.
Well, you got to serve somebody, and I don't think religion has done anything to help us get away from that type of thinking. It's rooted in that type of thinking, rooted in owing, and
so you'd like to be philosophizing all day rather than being productive.
If I were a rich baba deeba deeba dum, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man,
I'm not so sure I'd biddy biddy bum. That's for sure.
I'd sit and discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall.
That sounds fucking boring.
It was a good life back then. It was what they could hope for in that tradition. But just figure out how to get people what they need. We've gone through a lot of that, a lot of pain and suffering over the decades and centuries. But we have a technology now. We can provide for people. It's like the transporters and the replicators in Star Trek. You know, we pretty much can do that type of shit and just provide for people, but we're ensconced and embedded in these old systems.
But then we have to provide for people who have no interest in working, but they may be creative, and if we provide for these people, they may be able to feel free to produce their art of some sort. Maybe we
That's
should.
the big challenge. The big challenge is maintaining a population where people are not necessary. They're not necessary for toil. They're not chattel. They're basically just chattel for civilization to work. What do you do when you have all these people and they eat and they need a place to stay and they need to consume resources, but they don't want to generate anything like that in their lives? They have a quality of life that is not geared toward that.
There's a solution for that.
Yeah, kill them all. Start
No,
wars.
no. You talking something that was debated a few decades ago by Jack Fresco, right? It's called the resource-based economy, right? And it's all based on human interaction for the well-being of everybody simultaneously. The problem now is the economic system that because the more I get, the more I want to do less, and I want people to do the stuff for me because I have the resources or I control the resources, yeah, for my own personal gain, whatever that might be. Okay, so the problem now is that due to ignorance, that due to social pressure, due to all sorts of fucking parameters, we are popping kids like fucking not tomorrow, right? And that's creating, and you are right, it's creating a pressure to the environment, right? But also the environment is focalizes on cities and things like that. We have enough resources, we have enough land, right, to occupy everybody in planet Earth, probably 10 times over, right? The reason we see it in that is overrun is because we are living in cities, which we don't need to, right? And if you research Jack Fresco, you will understand what he's all about. And unfortunately, our system is corrupt right now. So this system is only for the future kids, future grandson of grandsons. Put it that way, because.
May I interject? I just Googled the worldwide birth rates. It says that the average global fertility rates have dropped by half over the last 50 years, from 5 children per woman in 1968 to just 2.5 in 2017.
It depends. It's all relative, right? Because third world countries, it doesn't work that way, right? The man wants his 5 or 17 kids, right? The women's are taught that is the way it should go, right?
Yes.
It's similar to religion. It's indoctrination to be a. It is expected. Everybody's got his place, right? And that's obviously that's a bad thing, but it's happening.
It says here that with a fertility rate of 7 children per woman, Niger is the country with the highest fertility rate in the world, followed by Mali, those hotbeds of technology, Niger and Mali. So, yeah, the total population of Niger is growing at a fast pace. So you're correct there.
It's not Niger, it's Niger.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it could have been worse. It's Niger. Okay. Okay. I had a guy I worked for. He used to call it a Achilles heel, and he was very impressed. I corrected him on Achilles and not Achilles, and he respected me for the brief period that I worked for him. After that.
Rando, you continue. Yeah, just to listen to this. I was looking at your, I was poking at your last video, and I see this person, Amy, and I was immediately afraid, shall we say? Yeah, Right.
She's one of the nicest people in the world. And
in the
notice her
country,
slogan. Look at her slogan, sending love. She's really nice, very friendly. You know, I think you'd probably enjoy talking with her.
No, for sure. It was just the first thing. If that it's an impression. It's a wrong impression, but it is an impression nevertheless. Yeah. I go, hold on. Should I talk to?
That's the video I just posted today from October 2020. The debate about whether the Bible condones slavery, and it's interesting because in the Q&A session at the end, someone raised the question from the audience if either of our interlocutors who are supporting Christianity are and saying that the Bible does not condone slavery. They asked them if they'd be willing to be our slaves, and they both answered effectively yes.
Yeah, as ignorant from them.
I could use a
totally
slave.
defeats their whole argument. Now, we both refused, and I said I wouldn't do it because I value human rights and freedom. So, but they, Praise had said that he thinks he'd even taken all to the ear for us, and Matthew said he would, except that he doesn't think we'd be able to follow the Bible properly. It's like total opposite of what their position was. It was so bizarre.
Double standards, yeah, sure.
What do you expect from the Christians? You know, you expect all of a sudden, after
that.
2,000 years, you think
video.
you think you're going to wake up and a Christian is going to give you a different, an honest opinion or an honest answer about something? Not going to happen.
No.
Wading through the weasel wordmanship to try to get into a non-brain fart state of association with other people.
Well, I'd like a theist to come into this room and answer the question, how did your God come into existence? Is it too much to ask?
It's too much to ask to expect them to be listening in the first place to hear your plea.
Oh, there's that.
Except maybe Otangelo, maybe he's out there. Maybe he just like
No, Tangelo's a chicken. He's scared. He runs scared. That's been established. He's just a chicken.
Yeah. J. Robin. Bring J. Robin.
Nah, those guys, those are all lightweights.
They're all just and they're all just dead ends.
Yeah.
You know what I cannot fathom?
What?
From black theists, that the moral compass, the moral system, belief system will go that low to say, no, is it only endangered servitude, or it was because warfare, that type of thing? Is it? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's because they're thinking. Their brains are like.
Were you just talking about the term lacktheist? That is a bigoted term.
No, I'm talking about the brains are stumps.
Oh, no, I didn't mean you, Sidney. I meant the previous person just talking. I thought I heard them saying something about lacktheism.
Oh.
No, not like theism. No. I was talking about black people that are Christians, right? That they say that slavery is okay, right? And I could not fathom why a black person would not feel rage of the content of the Old Testament.
I like Chris Rock's perspective on it. He said that if you're a black Christian, you have a very short memory.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
You know, Will Smith, who smacked him on the stage, is a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that, now I haven't been able to confirm this, but I heard that Will had been slowly trying to convert people over the years to Christianity. He doesn't really push it very hard, but he tries to convert people, and he apparently has been trying to convert Chris, and Chris finally told him, I'm not interested. So maybe that's some of the anger came from that, I don't know.
Really? You know what? That makes sense, because you know how absolutely angry Christians get with atheists when they refuse to become Christians?
Some do. Some
Yeah,
do.
that's
Many
what
are
Will
just
Smith.
kind of, they just go into their comfort zone and pray and all this kind of stuff. But there are some who do get angry. And it's usually the ones who are trying to get money out of you.
Exactly.
Oh, we got this guy Peter W. That is responding to you, Randolph.
Oh,
And
yeah?
also, I think also to me. He says, "Why does this guy, meaning me, not like black people?" I never fucking said that, right? So you're a Christian with low hearing capability, and it's also answering to you. It's a Will Smith is not a Christian. Complete crap. There you are.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say I'm not an expert on Will Smith, so it could be that's the case that he's not Christian. So my understanding could be wrong. I was reading it somewhere. Unfortunately, the internet is full of a lot of misinformation.
He's a
too,
Christian.
so it could
He
be that I
smacked
read
Chris Rock.
misinformation. So I'm willing to stand corrected on that.
No, I'm willing to stand by you on that. On him being a Christian.
One thing I find strange is when people come along and say that so-and-so is not a real Christian or not a real Muslim or something, and it's like Christopher Hitchens saying, who are you to decide who is and isn't part of a religion? And the way I look at it, see, I've talked to many religious people over the years, and I've asked them the question when I can. I ask the question when it's appropriate. If what to them are the minimum requirements to be a Christian or to be a Muslim or to be part of their religion, and all of them have said the same thing. They have a lot of different criteria, but the one criteria that stands out and is consistent all across the board is a belief in that religion's deity or deities.
Right.
And this is consistent with Pascal's gambit, also known as Pascal's wager, where they say you got to believe or else punishment. So, you know, that's the sales spiel. But when you actually join the religion, apparently they want you to do a whole bunch more stuff than just believing. So just believing isn't enough. But as far as minimum requirement goes, if somebody tells me that they are Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever, or Hindu, on the list goes on, I'm inclined to just believe them, because I think people don't normally lie about being part of a religion. I've just not encountered that. Now, if somebody telling me they're Catholic and they're dressed up in traditional Muslim clothing, I'll have some questions. But, you know, I'm still willing to believe them.
All right.
Well, it says here, Will Smith says he would not be where he is today without faith in the Lord. November 18th, 2021. Christian Post. So.
Oh, interesting.
Well, there you go. I stood by you, and I do not regret it.
Well, I'm willing to say I'm wrong about stuff, but it's again, there's more information that sounds like it. Now, of course, I'm sure the apologists are going to say that, or the people who are against him being a Christian are going to say, oh, that's just made up fake news. So, what is the source?
The Christian Post.
Now, the thing is, I'm a little suspicious. I got to be fair, I'm a little bit suspicious of those publications because, you know,
yeah,
they may be known for claiming deathbed confessions too. Like, there's quite a few people claiming that Christopher Hitchens converted to Christianity at the very end, which doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
Well, I just Google it, and there's a bunch of hits. So I was just the one I picked because it was recent enough. I like to do recent ones. But it all fits. His Christianity fits his demeanor.
I agree.
Yeah, I bet his wife is Christian as well. Is it? They said you better be Christian because otherwise you're gonna get none.
Gonna get none.
I don't think anyone else is going to come in here and take up my challenge.
I'm gonna go surf around and see if I can find some interesting information about the next episode of Better Call Saul.
Hey, thanks for looking that up and finding it. That's interesting that it's common knowledge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, number one, Oscar and Sydney.
All right, guys. Good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. If you stay till the end, you're the best.
Branding, are we?
Yeah, I think we
Sidney, thanks for hosting this.
no problem. The room's
Yeah.
going to be open, but
And thanks to everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, all good.
you got that just in time.